When I was a teenager, around 16 or 17, me and my friends liked to explore old, abandoned places. It was exciting, finding forgotten spots and seeing what stories they held. One winter break, my friend Jake suggested we check out this creepy old mansion rumored to be haunted. It was way out in the woods, far from town. We drove in Jake's old truck, bouncing along dirt roads until we reached the edge of the forest. The trees towered over us, and the snow made everything look even spookier. The mansion peeked out from behind the trees, all run down and mysterious. As we got closer, we could feel the tension building. The mansion looked like something out of a horror movie, with its broken windows and overgrown yard. But we were determined to explore. We hopped over a rusty old gate and made our way to the front door. It groaned open, revealing a dark, dusty hallway. We pulled out our flashlights and stepped inside with our hearts racing with excitement and fear. The inside of the mansion was just as creepy as the outside. Furniture lay covered in dust, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. We split up to search the place, each of us eager to find something scary. I was walking down a hallway when I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. I called out to my friends, but they didn't answer. I turned back to find them standing frozen in a room, their flashlights pointed at a shadowy figure in the corner. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized we weren't alone. The figure stepped forward with its eyes that were glowing in the darkness. We knew we had to get out of there as fast as possible. We ran through the mansion while our footsteps echoed off the walls. I could hear the figure behind us, and its footsteps were getting closer and closer, but we didn't stop until we were back outside. As we caught our breath, we realized how lucky we were to have made it out. We didn't stick around to find out who or what was chasing us. We jumped back in Jake's truck and drove off into the night, leaving the haunted mansion behind us. It was a night none of us would ever forget, a night filled with fear and adrenaline. It was just over a year ago. It was at this time that my desire for adventure started to grow. I had always been tempted to explore forgotten places, and it had been a while since my last expedition. The attraction of the unknown drew me in and forced me to take a trip to satisfy my thirst for exploration. I finally found some time in my busy schedule and planned a trip to an abandoned mental institution deep in the forest. The institution had long been abandoned, and its creepy presence cast a shadow over the forest. Intrigued by the stories of its haunted past, I packed my bags up with the necessary supplies and headed out on my expedition. The journey to the institution was exhausting, with winding roads and thick leaves covering the way. After what felt like hours, I arrived at the edge of the forest, where the institution lay hidden. Among the trees, I parked my car at the overgrown roadside, took a deep breath, and went into the wilderness. The forest was silent, except for the occasional sound of rustling leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. As I moved through the thick undergrowth, I was overcome with a sense of unease. The asylum appeared before me, with its decaying facade covered in darkness. As I approached the entrance, I couldn't shake the feeling of a sense of foreboding that came over me. The institution was a reflection of the passage of time. I anxiously stepped over the doorstep into the dark interior. Inside was a labyrinth of ruined corridors and crumbling walls. Shadows danced creepily across the floor, casting strange shapes on the peeling paint. I moved carefully, keeping my senses alert for any sign of danger. As I ventured further into the depths of the asylum, I was overcome by a feeling of fear. Every creak of the floorboards resonated through the empty corridors and sent shivers down my spine. The air grew thick with the weight of the past, and I could feel the haunting presence of those who had once walked these halls. Suddenly, a loud noise came from the corridors, making me jump in fright. My heart raced as I desperately searched for the source of the sound. Was I alone in this abandoned place, or was there something else waiting in the shadows? With trembling hands, I pressed forward, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the asylum's walls. But as I delved deeper into its depths, the feeling of unease only intensified. It was as if the very building itself was alive, watching and waiting for its next victim. And then, in the dim glow of my flashlight, I saw it. A figure standing at the end of the hallway, its features obscured by the darkness. My breath caught in my throat as I stared into the abyss, paralyzed by fear.
Leave now.
A voice whispered, sending chills down my spine.
This place is not meant for the living.
With a rush of adrenaline, I turned and ran from the asylum, my heart pounding in my chest. I didn't stop running until I reached the safety of the outside world, where the sunlight enveloped me with its warmth. As I looked back at the abandoned asylum, I couldn't help but wonder what secrets were hidden within its walls. But one thing was certain. I would never forget the terror I felt in that deserted place and the frightening warning of the voice that echoed in the darkness.